Most people imagine their desires from the very place of not having them. You stand in your current struggle and you look at your dream as if it were a distant star. But as long as you are looking at it, you are admitting that you are not in it. Tonight, I will show you how to move your awareness into the place where it is already done. This is not a theory. It is a practical exercise taught to me by my mentor, Abdullah, to break the illusion of distance. Abdullah taught me this simple practice of sitting in one place and occupying another in imagination. In the next few minutes, I will teach you how to physically feel yourself in a new reality until the place you desire becomes more real than the chair you're sitting in right now. If you have been waiting for your life to change, it is because you haven't learned how to move. Let us begin. The great secret of manifestation is not thinking of a state, but thinking from it. Abdullah was ruthless with me. He would say, Neville, you are still in Barbados in your mind, while your body is in New York. You must be in Barbados now. To do this, you must learn to move your I am, your awareness, independent of your body. Imagine you are in your living room. To your physical eyes, you are there. But if you can mentally seat yourself in another room, perhaps your hallway, and look back at the living room, you have performed a miracle. You are no longer a spectator of the hallway. You are an occupant of it. When you look back and see your physical body as if it were a stranger in that chair, you have broken the glue of the senses. This is the first step to occupying any state of wealth, health, or love. You must move first, and the world will follow. Let me tell you exactly how Abdullah and I practiced this in our New York apartment. We had a chair in the living room and another small chair in the hallway, right near the telephone. I would sit in that living room chair, close my eyes, and refuse to accept the room around me. With the force of my imagination, I would move myself to the telephone chair in the hall. I wouldn't just see the hall. I would be there. I would feel the different temperature of the air. I would hear the sounds of the apartment from that new perspective. Most importantly, I would look back through the doorway and see the chair I had just left. I would see Neville sitting there. By doing this, I proved to myself that I was not my body. I was the awareness that could occupy any coordinate in space. Abdullah made me do this shuttling back and forth, from the room to the hall, from the hall to the room, until the movement felt as natural as walking. He knew that if I could master a movement of 10 feet, I could master a movement into a completely new life. This is the mental mobility that makes the law of assumption work. I want you to perform this exercise with me now. Do not just listen, do it. Choose 2 distinct spots in your home right now. One is where you are physically seated. The other is a place you know well, perhaps your kitchen or a hallway. First, close your eyes and anchor yourself where you are. Feel the chair. Hear the room. Now, without moving a muscle, depart. Rise in your imagination and walk to that other spot. Seat yourself there. Now, here is the key. Look back from that new position. Look toward the chair you just left. See the furniture from this new angle. See your physical body sitting there as if you were looking at a stranger. Stay there until that new location feels solid, 3-dimensional, and real. Feel the floor beneath your feet there. Once you have established that reality, return to your physical body. Then immediately leap back to the other spot again. Do this shuttling back and forth until the movement feels effortless. You are loosening your consciousness from the coordinates of the flesh. When you can do this with rooms, You can do it with states of being. You can move from the state of seeking money to the state of having abundance and look back at your old debts as if they were a chair you finally stood up from. You are not waiting for the money. You are already in the state where the money is a fact. Your senses will try to pull you back. They will scream, you are still in the living room. You are still broke. You are still alone. But you must realize that your senses only report the past. They are like a mirror reflecting the face you had yesterday. This exercise of sitting in the hall is not about the hallway. It is about the power of the one who sits. It teaches you that here and there are only states of mind. If you can feel yourself there, then for all creative purposes, you are there. Abdullah taught me that the distance between a man and his dream is not a matter of miles or months. It is only the distance between thinking of and thinking from. By practicing this movement, you are returning to the projector booth of your life. You are realizing that you can change the movie on the screen simply by changing the position of the projector. Do not argue with the senses. Simply ignore them. Occupy the new coordinate. Look back at the old state until it seems like a distant memory, a place where you no longer dwell. As you prepare for sleep tonight, do not carry the old coordinates of your day into the silence. Pick a location that represents your fulfilled desire. Perhaps it is the office of your new business or the home you have always wanted. Go there now. Do not visit it, occupy it. Look back from that fulfilled state at the life you are leaving behind. See your current troubles as a room you have already walked out of. Feel the relief of the distance between you and the old self. You are no longer the person struggling to get there. You are the person who is already there, looking back at a room that no longer holds you. This is how you redeem your time. You move the world by moving yourself. Let the old garment fall away. Let the old coordinates vanish. And as you drift into the deep, let your last conscious thought be the feeling of the floor beneath your feet in the place where you truly belong. Now, let us go into the silence.